Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today for gentle restorative yoga. Let's get started. Sitting up on a blanket or a block. I'm using a tiny bolster, inner thighs roll back and apart. Feel your sit bones firmly pressing down. And as you press down through your seat, lifting up and extending through the crown of the head, relaxing your shoulders away from the ears, and allow yourself to just take a moment to arrive in the space. Allow yourself to notice if you're breathing in and notice that you're breathing out, inhaling and exhaling. As you sit tall, after your next exhalation, begin to inhale just through the nostrils and only feel the belly rise. And as you exhale, exhaling, draw the navel in toward the spine, emptying the breath out. On your next inhalation in, feel the belly rise. Feel the rib cage in the front, sides, expanding, hold it, side ribs, front ribs, belly, exhale, and empty it all out. On your next inhalation in through the nostrils, feel the belly rise. Feel the rib cage in the front, sides, and back side expand. Allow the breath to move up into the chest, the collarbones broadening. And as you exhale, start from the collarbones, ribs knitting closer together, navel toward the spine, but soft in the belly. Inhaling through the nostrils, belly rising, rib cage expanding, chest lifting, opening up through the heart. And as you exhale, chest, ribs, belly, empty the breath out. On your next inhalation, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Exhale. Inhaling and exhaling naturally, allowing yourself to return to the breath. Bring your chins parallel with the floor. Take your whole throat and ears back. Now press down through your seat, lift up through the crown of the head, and see if you can create a little more spaciousness inside. When we were taking the initial breaths, if you had to lift up your rib cage away from the hips every time you wanted to take a breath in, then make sure that you're able to stay in that position by stacking the bones, coming into alignment, and then exhale everything that you have. Allow yourself to just breathe in. I'm inhaling, exhaling out, and begin to internally scan through the body and notice any areas that you're holding on to tension or stress. Maybe the inner thighs are still gripping. So on the next inhalation into the inner thighs, and as you exhale, allow the inner thighs to soften and relax. Maybe you're holding a lot of tension in that belly area. Imagine that the next breath can move into that space. And as you exhale, allow whatever is ready to go to exhale and leave. Maybe the shoulders are holding tension. The next inhalation, guide it into that space. And as you exhale, exhale and release the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. Continue to move your breath slowly as you fully inhale, exhaling completely. The next breath into the space right behind the forehead, inhaling. And as you exhale, allow it to soften and relax. Start to bring to mind any intention that you have for this practice this morning. And as you begin to bring this intention deep within your heart, we'll bring our hands into the heart center and start our class with an Om. After your next exhale, take a deep inhale to begin. Ooh. Our opening invocation is very simple, 4 words, Loka Samasta Sukhi no Bhavantu. And that's asking that all beings everywhere are happy and free, and that our thoughts, words, and actions will contribute to their happiness in some way. Taking your personal intention, bowing your head to your own heart, and set this intention deep within. When you're ready, release your hands onto your thighs, lift your chin, and we can slowly open the eyes. Taking the arms out to the sides, turn palms face up, press down through your seat, and inhale, sweeping the arms up. Feel the whole side body stretch. Try to keep your ribcage lifted as you exhale, going out and down through the fingertips. Again, inhale this one even more. Feel it all the way through the fingertips, stretching and reaching. And then slowly exhaling out and down. Last one, best one. Here we go. Pressing through the seat, reaching it up. Feel the muscles in between each rib getting a stretch. Gaze up, throat back, ears back, look up, and then exhaling out and down. Leave the left hand on the floor alongside of the hip. Inhale, right arm up alongside of the ear. By pressing down through your seat, reach up through the arm, keep the shoulder away from the ear, and as you exhale, gently going over to your left side. So really stretching out, straight elbows, stretch out through the fingertips. A lot of times my chin comes forward, take your throat back, ears back. Keep sliding the shoulders away from the ears until you feel a deep stretch somewhere through the entire right side. Breathing into this, inhaling and exhaling. Stretch it, reach it, breathe. Inhale, right arm up. Exhaling, right hand down to the floor. Here we go, left arm. Inhale, left arm up alongside of the ear. As you exhale, going over to the right, nice and gentle. Stretch it out through the elbow, straight elbow. Reach through the fingertips. Chin up, back, throat back, shoulders away from the ears. Compression on the right side, stretching through the left side. Reach, stretch. Notice the difference between the sides of the body. And then pressing down through your seat, reaching up to the left arm, exhaling, left hand down to the floor. Right hand goes to the left leg, left hand goes back behind you. Keep your shoulders facing forward, hip points facing forward, seat stable. When you're ready, by pressing down through everything that you can, inhale, lifting your ribcage up again. As you exhale, begin twisting to the left. Low belly, midsection, upper chest, gazing out over the right shoulder. Every inhale, push down more to get taller. Every exhale, allow the twist to become deeper. And just notice where you are feeling this deep compression in certain parts of the body, deep stretching in other sides. Just see what's there for you. As you keep the shoulders away from your ears, pull your low ribs back ever so slightly. Press down through your seat to lift up a little bit more. Get that deep twist, and then you'll inhale, look forward, keeping the twist. When you exhale, releasing and feeling the blood flow come back in. Let's try left hand to the right leg, right hand back behind you, pressing down through everything that you have. Inhale to lift and extend through the spine. As we exhale, begin our twist. Low belly, midsection, and upper chest, gazing out over your right shoulder. Every inhale, get taller. Every exhale, take the twist deeper. Inhaling and exhaling. Now notice on this side, where do you feel compression? Where do you feel stretching? And allow yourself to breathe into any tender spaces that you may find. Every inhale taller, every exhale taking the twist deeper. Think about all the benefits of compressing the internal organs of the digestive system. It's like wringing out a dirty sponge in the sink. Then you'll inhale, look forward with an open heart, and as you exhale, coming back to the center, a forward fold. So keeping the seat firmly anchored, deep crease in the hip. As you fold forward, allow yourself to come down, but make sure it's a proud chest. So as I press the floor away, I send the sit bones back and move them apart. The belly is coming down and the chest is lifting up and away. So I might be right here. I might lay down on the floor. So each of us will be different, but just be where you are when you maintain the integrity of the pose, where you keep the proud chest going, shoulders away from the ears. There's resistance in the hands that press against the floor that will help keep the shoulder blades moving toward one another and sliding down your back. And then pressing the floor away, lifting the head and chest from wherever you are, exhaling, walking it back. And then you'll lean back and you look at what leg is in front or on top. As I lean back, I'm going to take the legs out. Ooh, get a little stretch. My knees are giving me a hard time today. Bounce the legs a little bit. Point, flex, point, flex. Circles in one direction, circles in the other. Point, flex, shake it out. Slide my hands underneath my knees, draw my legs back, and then we'll go different. So here it goes. Ooh, my knee does not want to do it today. Okay, so when that happens for my knee, I'm just going to support it because that's what we do in restorative yoga. But I'll support the other side as well. So here we come. The legs come in. I want to go ankle in front of ankle or heel in front of heel. This is a different type of seat to where I'm asking for an inner thigh stretch. So I'll place the blocks to support the legs. And this way, when I have the support underneath the legs, then I can actually do the stretching and my body will start to trust me that I'm going to support it in every way. So just remember, blocks and that kind of support is not a bad thing. It doesn't make you lesser. Left hand on the side and left hand side in line with my own hip. Inhale, right arm up alongside of the ear, shoulders stay over the hips first. Inhale, reach and stretch. As you exhale, leaning over to the left side, stretch out through the elbow. Now the left hand is pushing against the floor. And instead of going back with the elbow, I go in toward my own hip. Stretch and reach it. Make sure that you're getting a breath in here. That's what really makes the yoga practice happen. Keep pushing out and extending out through the right knee. Be aware of your right sit bone. Is it trying to lift? Reach and stretch. Are you still breathing? Suck a little air in, inhaling and exhaling. See if you can guide the air to the space where it feels tight and compressed. Exhale here. Then as you inhale, sweep your right arm back. Press the tips of the shoulder blades into the back of the heart. Feel that deep stretch. And then as you exhale, turn the right shoulder down toward the floor. You're still leaning over to the side. That's an exhale. We're closing it down. Then spin and open it up. Inhale. Exhale, close it down. Inhale, spin and open. Keep sliding the shoulders away from the ears, but I'm finding way more space. Throat back, ears back. Last one to turn it down. Exhale. You can see how my breath gets restrained, right? Then sweeping the right arm back through the center and shoulders over the hips. And here we are. Left hand on the floor alongside of the hip. Inhale. Right hand down alongside of the hip. Left arm up alongside of the ear. Inhale, reach and stretch first. Keep that. Go over to your maximum where you can go. I'm pushing my right hand away, bending the elbow in toward my own hip. But there's this resistance through the hand that pushes the floor away, which then allows me to slide the shoulder away from my ear. So here we are, stretching. And sometimes my chin comes to the chest, chin up, throat back, ears back. Push my left knee out and away. Keep the left sit bone down. We're going over and breathing into that. So I find my resistance point where I can still breathe, but I feel definite action happening. Breathing into that, exhale everything. When you inhale, sweep your left arm back with a straight elbow. Press the tips of the shoulder blades into the back of the heart like a little bit of a back bend. Throat back, ears back. Inhale. You can tell the difference in my voice when I get into a stretching position. As I exhale, turn the left shoulder down. You can see the mobility on this side is a bit different. I can't go as far down with that. And then sweep it open. Inhale. Tips of the shoulder blades into the back of the heart. Exhale, turn it down. Inhale. Exhale. And then sweeping the left arm back through the center, bringing shoulders up over the hips, and here we are. This will be a shoulder stretch. So I'll take a strap. I'll hold on to the buckle so I don't hit my face with that. Then I'll slide my arms out wide. So give that a try. It can be a belt at home. There we go. And then extending the arms out. So you can see my elbows are super straight, shoulders away from the ears, and I'm really pulling the strap apart the best I can. And then as I keep pulling the strap apart, shoulder blades onto my back, sitting up nice and tall, inhale and take the strap up as high up as you can go. Keep the pulling tension, shoulders away from the ears. Try to avoid the head coming forward. Throat back, ears back. There's a big stretch there, and that's about as far as I can go. So then I bring it back to the arms shoulder height, go a bit wider. So I'm pulling tension, and it's like a motorcycle. See it go down, and you want to like make it go faster. That's the hand position you'll hold. Then sliding the shoulder blades down the back so that we can clear the shoulders. I'm doing tension. I'm trying to break the strap. You'll see one arm tries to go one way or the other, but I want to keep it centered, even pull on both sides. Here we go. Shoulder blades down the back. Throw it back, ears back. Okay, that's as far as I can go here. But I'm getting a deep stretch. I have to pull my low ribs back. I know my seat kind of wants to lift. Push out through my knees and then bring it back to the center, and shoulders are, arms are in line with your shoulders. So I didn't make it all the way around. I'm going to go wider with this strap. So, okay, and this is pretty wide, still able to pull the tension. I did my motorcycle, shoulder blades on the back. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. So the strap is directly over my head. Inhale. Then I go back and pulling, 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 pulling. Low ribs back. I'm still breathing, and I went, oh, I made it all the way around. Then I go inhale up and exhale back in line. Let's do that again. Here we go. Inhale up. I know it's not pleasant. Shoulder blades down your back. Pay attention to the small details. Throat back, ears back, low ribs pull back, go all the way around. The second time was easier. Let's inhale up. Same pull on both. You can see my arms start to fight over who's stronger. Exhale. I'm going to go a little bit tighter. Let's see. Inhale, because I'm starting to open it up, right? Exhale. Couldn't do that earlier. So I started to where I can do first, inhale, and then work my way to more difficult, a little bit tighter. This is so good for your chest and neck. Here we go. Inhale up. It really makes a difference if you bring your shoulder blades closer to one another, tuck them into the back pocket, throw back, ears back, so that your shoulder, your arm, can clear the bone, the ball and socket. It can rotate the way it was meant to do. So there's the big difference in where I started and where I am now. Okay, we're going to hold it to the top. I'm going to go wider. Inhale. As I exhale, I'll allow my right hand to come down. So I didn't change the strap. Now I'm pinning the strap down with my right hand. I'm pulling very hard with the left hand. You can see that my wrist is slightly turned up. I have the buckle. Now, my seat hasn't changed. I'm pushing down through my seat. Start to spin open. Remember, shoulder blades, tips of the shoulder blades into the back of the heart. Throw it back, ears back. Get that deep stretch. I'm gazing up toward the sky. You can look forward. You can look down. Your choice. But I'm getting a really deep stretch in my back, underneath the shoulder blades. I don't know, where are you? And then by pushing down, and I keep all the tension, everything's still happening. By pushing down, I use the top arm to inhale and bring it up. And here I am back in the center. Same anchor through the seat. Inhale, exhale. So now the left arm goes down in line with my hip. I pin that buckle down. I pull so hard with the right arm. There's down, and I'm turning the palm up. Okay. My shoulders have creeped up by my ears, so I slide my shoulder blades down the back. Seat hasn't changed. Then by pulling with the top arm, roll through, but press the tips of the shoulder blades into the back of the heart. Take your chin out of the chest, throw back, ears back, and just see where you're getting this deep, deep stretch. Lean back, open your hearts, breathing into it. Shoulders are really wanting to creep up. This side feels a little tighter. I'm spinning just a tiny bit longer here. My body's shaking, honestly. And then by pushing down through everything I have, using the top arm, don't let anything go. Inhale back up to the top, and then exhale. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. So then I'll take my arm, extend it out. This is the left arm. Turn palm down and get my fingers, and just because of the gripping action, stretch it out. And then I'll turn it, flex it. And then my fingers resist. I take my right hand and I press against it with a straight elbow. And then I go down here, down, and here. Couple of circles. Circles. This is good for the tin can man. Here we go. The arm out, flex it. Fingertips super straight and strong, resisting, straight elbow, shoulders away from the ears. That feels good because I've been typing so much. Turn it down, resisting, shoulders away from the ears. So you want to maintain your spine, you want to maintain your alignment, and just get this stretch in the wrist and arm. I'm going to include my thumb this time. Feel the resistance. I'm pressing it back. It's extending out forward and down. Really, really helps. And flex. Circles. Circles. And shake it all out. Beautiful. Okay, now coming on to the hands and knees. So I'll set my blocks off to the side. I'll set my little bolster off to the side. So as I move everything out, but you may need to pad your knees up, but this is the hands and knees. So I'll get the best view for you. So I'm on my hands and knees. The wrists lined up directly underneath my shoulders, like a down dog hands, right? And then you just want to roll through the spine. So I'll keep my back toes curled under so that I can have some muscle energy happening. And then rolling through the spine, lift your head, chest, seat, and arch your back. Exhale, the head comes in, pelvis comes in, push round and squeeze it all up. Roll through with the breath. Inhale, lifting head, chest, seat up, arch. It's like a massage in the spine. Exhale, head comes in, pelvis comes in, push round and squeeze. Again. Head, chest, seat up, arch and shoulders away from the ears. Last one. Head comes in, pelvis comes in, push around and squeeze. And then inhaling your spine into a neutral position. I'm going to turn. You're going to stay exactly as you are. So on your hands and knees, taking your right arm. So keep your spine long, taking your right arm, sweep it up, but extend the spine. So send the booty back. So it's a bit of a twist. And then exhale the right hand down. We'll do the same thing with the left hand so you can see what happens on the side. Left palm sweeps up. I'm pushing down through my right hand. I'm still sending my sit bones back as my heart goes forward. I might try to gaze up at the left fingertips. It doesn't look like a big movement, right? It feels like one in my body though. Left hand down. Okay, here we go. Right side again. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, slide it under. So I'm going underneath the left arm, coming down onto my right shoulder. My hip points stay level to the floor. My right arm is in line with my right shoulder. The back of my right hand is touching the floor really hard. So keeping the toes curled under gives me a little more control. Creep my left fingertips way out, like in the center of my head. So I'm pushing the back of the right hand down. I'm using teacup fingers on my left hand to get a push off. Keep sliding shoulder blades down the back. And this is a nice little deep twist. I'm not on my neck, but I'm on my shoulder. I keep tilting toe up, twisting. Now, you stay here, or if you wanted to add on, sweep the left arm up with the palm face out. If you wanted to add on from here, turn the palm face back, bend at the elbow, and you can place your left hand on the low back. By pushing against the low back, I can rotate left shoulder blade onto the back and I can be here. If you have the reach for it, the left hand can reach around, and this is called a bind, where you grab the right inner thigh. So I'm pushing the back of the right hand down. I'm pulling my right hip up and back, tilting toe up, and getting this deep twist. You can tell the difference in my breathing, right? And how I'm talking. So I have to just go to the point where I can maintain my breath, but I'm feeling deep sensation, not pain. And then when ready, I release the bind. The left arm goes back up. Exhale the left hand down in front of my face. Take a deep inhale. And as I exhale, push it up and back to hands and knees. So we're back on hands and knees. Left arm, ready? Here we go. Belly up, tail down. Left arm sweeps up. Left arm threads under. Left shoulder down. Just getting a view for you. Okay. Now crawl the right fingertips and just right in the center of your head. Use teacup fingers to push against the floor. Back of the left hand pushes to the floor. If I don't watch out, my left hip kind of like sinks down. So I'm lifting my left hip point up, pull it back, tilt toe up. Then I don't want to see my arm. So shoulder blade down the back. This is a very nice stretch. There's a lot happening inside. Breathing into that. You can either stay here or sweep your right arm up, palm out. That's one place to be. You can turn your palm face back, bend the elbow, put the back of the hand onto the low back, and watch what it does with my shoulder. If I put pressure into the back of the hand, right shoulder blade onto the back, I can get this deep stretching here. Now I could stay here, or I can go for my full bind. Right arm wraps around, searches for my left inner thigh. Then I do this pull on the left inner thigh where I can rotate the shoulder blade onto the back. So breathing here, this is super intense, but I have to keep reminding myself, tail up, sit bones back, heart forward, twist, breathe, inhale. When the time is right, releasing the bind, right arm goes back up, palm down in front of the face, take a deep inhale, exhale, push the hands and knees. So here we are back in the hands and knees. From the hands and knees, let's do a little inhale, lift the head, chest, seat up, arch. Exhale, head comes in, pelvis comes in, push around and squeeze. Inhale your spine into a neutral position. So from the hands and knees, now we're going to get some hip mobility. So I'm going to send my hips back, my hands stay planted. Then I go hips to the left and forward. Hip points forward. See, the hands aren't moving. Hip points to the right and back. Hips back like a child's pose. Left. There's a definite stretch there. Forward. My hands aren't moving. Right. Back. One more. Left. Forward. Right. Back. Now, reverse that direction. Hips to the right. Forward, I am feeling deep stretching in the outer hips everywhere. So where are you feeling it? To the left, spending a little time lingering. Back, right. Are you breathing? Forward, left, back. Here we go. Right, forward. Just see what feels right for you. Doesn't have to look like anything else. Left, back. Now I'm in a child's pose. So when I first started today, I wouldn't have been able to go back to a child's pose. My knees just weren't feeling it. But now that we've done a few things that we're opening up and kind of getting some blood flow and movement in, let's see. So I did big toes together, knees open apart, press the seat back toward the heels. And then I have some space in the center to clear my chest and belly. Now I can walk my arms out, and this just feels nice all day. So I have to look up to talk to you, but what I'd like for you to do is be able to place that place right in the center of your forehead onto some resistance, whether it's the floor, a block, or even stacking your fists one on the other. And just take a moment here and bring all of your awareness to that space in between the eyebrows. So it's wherever your attention goes, energy flows. And that's what we're doing here. And you just do a little bit of roll back and forth. That's like literally your intuition center, that space between the eyebrows. So it's like, you know what you need, you know what you're supposed to be doing. If you would listen to that little inner voice deep within you and just match it up with your breath, breathing in and exhale out, then we'll take the arms, stretch them far out, and then we'll do another little stretch. So you see my hips are back, touching my heels the best I can. If you aren't able to do this because of your knees, if you roll the blanket up and stuck it right behind your knees, that would be extremely helpful. So from here, inhale, lifting the head and chest. So now I'm keeping my hips back, not changing those at all. And I'll crawl just my arms over to the left as much as I can, as much as I can. So I'm using the resistance of the mat, the sticky mat on the floor. Now I look up and you're not, though. You're letting your ears line up with your arms. So wherever the arms go, keep your ears between the arms. And I feel such a deep compression on the left side and a big, big stretch on the right side. So I breathe into that space, inhaling and exhaling till I feel a little softening. Then pressing the hands into the floor, lifting the head and chest. Get ready to walk it back to the center. Exhale here. Pressing the hands into the floor, lifting the head and chest, going over to the right side. So we're just like waking up the body. So now I've got my hands like down dog hands. I have lifted my face, but you are not. You're letting your forehead go down and your ears lining up with your own arms. So just breathing in and exhaling out here. There's a deep compression on the right side and a very big stretch on the left side. I have to remind my left butt cheek to pull back, sit bone, push back, push back, push back. So I'm creating this traction in my body to where I'm getting a deep stretch in between those points that are anchored. Pressing the floor down, lifting the head and chest. As you exhale, walk it back to the center. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, sit back onto your heels. So now, not always able to do this, but today my feet are together, my legs are together, sit back onto my heels, and this is called the thunderbolt pose, and this is a deep stretch for the front of the leg. So the thighs getting a deep stretch here, inhaling and exhaling, because much of the day with these forward folds, we're compressing and shortening the front side of our body. So just taking a moment here to get the front of the legs stretched and breathe, inhaling and exhaling. We'll add a little bit of a twist. So I'm just going to readjust. Sometimes if your knees are messed up, I take my thumb right in the crease, right behind my kneecaps on both sides. If I wanted to sit back, and I push my thumb super hard. And then as I'm pushing my butt back, my thumbs are sliding down the calf muscles and literally like putting pressure and bifurcating that muscle so that when I sit back, it kind of clears some space behind my knee, which is very nice. So I'm sitting back onto my heels, my legs together, my ankle bones in toward one another, and just breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. If the knees are still bothering you, I'll take my hand in front of the kneecap and just like pull the lower flesh out and set it down. And that makes a lot of space. So just see how it goes for you. You could be sitting up on several blocks. Right hand to the left leg, left hand back behind you. Take a deep inhale, lift and extend. As you exhale, begin twisting to the left. So the right butt cheek's going to try to move with me, and I push the right butt cheek back. Make sure that my seat stays anchored and the twist is happening from the lower spine. I'm looking forward, but you're really looking over your own left shoulder. And then I notice I try very hard to do what's right in the poses, but I arch my back excessively. So I remind myself, pull the low ribs back, reach my tail down between the arches of my feet, and continue to get this deep twist without anything else changing. Then I inhale, look forward. As you exhale, releasing the twist, here we are back to the center. Left hand to your right leg, right hand back behind you. Nothing has twisted yet. Shoulders are same point, hip points. Press it down, inhale to lift and extend, and as you exhale, begin twisting to the right. Noticing the difference of sensations between each side that you're getting the twist. Remember, when you really try hard, do less. Pull the low ribs back, keep shoulders over your hips, and let the twisting action happen in the spinal column. Keep the hips the stable point. Gaze out over your right shoulder. Inhale, look forward with the open heart and chest. Exhale, releasing it back to the center. Beautiful. Now I'll shift my hips over to one side or the other. Sweeping the legs out. Ooh, very nice. And as I said, legs out, shake them out and breathe. Now, I have really bad scoliosis due to an injury, so this pose is really, really good for this. So I'll draw my right heel in toward my right seat, fold my right knee out to the side. This is going to remind you very much of the tree pose when you're standing. So the right sole of the foot needs to go into the left inner thigh. So I'll bring it up here, mindful of my knee, inner thigh back and apart. I can support my knee if I need it to, so it doesn't feel pressure or strain. So now I'm in like a 90-degree angle here, 90-degree angle. My left toes are up, very active in the leg. Inhaling the arms up alongside of the ears, and then twisting the whole torso to the left. So this is very good for one side of the spine compared to the other, stretching the muscles in the back. So I've done the twist, inhale. So now I'm going to take my right arm and I'm going to go across to the outer left leg to help me twist a bit more. So I press down through my seat, inhale, lift my rib cage up and away, exhale, twisting to the left. And then when I get that maximum twist, inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to pull against the legs. So you'll see my elbow bending in toward the middle, pulling, elbow bending, coming out and down. So I'm trying to center my belly button over my left thigh. So I come down as far as I can without any knee pain. I bring my left arm to maximum point. So it's grabbing somewhere around the shin ankle. And I match it with my right hand because my right hand can go much further in the inside. But I want to hold on evenly, equally. Inhale. Then I want a proud chest where, and I even kind of send my butt back. So sit bones are moving back and apart. Proud chest coming out and down. So the belly is coming down, chest is lifting up, belly down, chest up, belly down, chest up. So wherever it is that you're able to hold on to your left leg, breathe there, and then you check it out. Are your shoulders equal distance from the floor? Are you rounding to reach and overstretch? Don't do that. Come back up a little bit and make sure that you have shoulder blades down your back. You're coming with a very proud chest and breathing. The integrity of the alignment is so important in these poses. Rather than just reaching for a foot that you shouldn't be grabbing onto right now, it's better to hold on up here and maintain the integrity of the pose, and you'll really get the benefits. So you got to do what's safe and best for you, but breathing into it. So here's where you feel it. The right knee is pushing out and away. The inner thigh might be getting a stretch, but this is a back body stretch. So the back of the left leg, the sides of the spine, because they're one stretching more than the other. Can you find that? Breath in, breath out, inhaling. Your eyes, it's a gazing point. We call it the drishti. You'll be looking at your left big toe. And there's this intense, it's not looking at the toe, but there's just the breath in and the breath out. And that's the focus point for your eyes. It starts to bring our intention inward. So allow yourself to breathe in and exhale out. And then holding onto the leg, wherever that might be for you. Lift your head and chest first. Exhale, slide back. Beautiful. And then we're back up to the top. So that was a 90-degree angle. We're going to go a bit wider now. So take my left leg and I move it out open wide, only if it's available to you. I lean over to the extended leg side and I really help this knee by rolling the inner thigh back and apart. So remember the left foot was pushing in against, the right foot was pushing against the left inner thigh. This time, the right heel is coming toward my right groin, right side of the groin. And then I do the lift and shift where I send my sit bones back. I use my carry-on blanket that gives me the lift that I need to get out of my low back. This is the tricky pose. Are you ready? So left hand goes in the center. There's the extended leg is the left leg. Right hand goes to the outer hip. Teacup fingers on the ground to help me. So my goal is to get this lifting up out of the spine first, so there's not jumbling up in there. As I twist to the bent knee side, which is the right side. So I make sure both sit bones are down. I get this deep twist, and that's about as far as I can go. So once I get the twist, I don't want to lose it. So I stabilize it with the left hand. I bring my right palm to my right top of the thigh, kind of inner thigh. And I keep this, and then with the left hand, so I don't lose any length or twist, the left hand's going to come and slide down inside of my left leg. And I'm doing this push off. I'm anchoring my seat with the heel of the hand, but at the same time, I'm pushing off. So I'm extending my left ribs out and down over my left leg. There's this intense stretching of the right side, but the neck can get hurt, feel tender in this pose. So you drop your left ear to the left shoulder, push off with your right hand, and we're really making our left ribs long. So wherever the left elbow can go on the inside. I like the elbow on the inside because it creates this like lever for me. So I stabilize through the elbow, and the elbow against the leg helps me twist the belly and chest open to the sky, right? So you would be holding on to your left leg somewhere. Breathing in and exhaling out. Left ear to the left shoulder so your neck doesn't strain. Right shoulder blade onto the back. Chin out of the chest, throw back, ears back. Press the tips of your shoulder blades into the back of your heart. So keeping this whole situation the way it is, reaching right arm out. Turn palm face up. And you don't want to see the right arm. Sweep your right arm all the way up and over, and eventually you're reaching to touch the foot, but don't force it to where you have to come down like this. You're reaching back behind your ear, pushing my right knee and sit bone away. This one will bring up, childhood memories from the time you were in the crib. Breathe. Do you hear the difference in the breathing? Oh my gosh, it's such a great stretch on the right side in areas that are so hard to get to. And I have to remember shoulder blades, tips of the shoulder blades in the back of the heart. Throw it back, ears back. I am getting a chiropractic adjustment for free today. Breathing into it, inhaling and exhaling. My body needed this so badly. Now, by pushing down everything that you have, use the right arm to inhale, sweep it up, all the way up. Oh my. And then sit up to the top, bring your chin to the chest, and literally I'm seeing stars in a beautiful way. Little circles with the net. It's so tight in there. I can't let that keep going. Okay, and then draw the left leg back in. Right knee comes up. Good news, bad news, we got another side to go. This is such a beautiful stretch. I mean, so I send my booty back. If you would be sitting on a blanket without your carry-on blanket that I have here. You want to tilt the top of your pelvis, angle that toward the floor, extend both legs out. So here we go, the Janu Shirshasana for scoliosis. Draw the left heel in. You don't have to have scoliosis, but any imbalances, and it stretches one side of the erector spinae muscles, then the other. So then, like the tree pose, left knee folds out to the side, left foot goes into the right inner thigh. See how my foot tries to fall out? I got to keep the toes up. Left foot in, and to help my knee out, I lean over to my extended leg side, and I really do that roll inner thigh back and apart, set my seat, and I have the space that I need for a 90-degree angle. So I want to make sure both sit bones are down. Then inhaling the arms up, side body stretch. So everything should be working here. Everything's on and active. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist to the right, the extended leg side, right? And then taking your left hand, you go across to the outer right leg. And then let's see if we can get more twist and lift. Inhale, lift, twist. Okay, I have a deep twist. I'm going to keep this twist. So the left hand is pulling back against the right leg to help me get that proud chest, deep hinge in the hips, folding forward. I want to see where my right arm can go. It comes to the outside of the right leg. So once I get there, I take my left arm. Remember, that can go way further, but I want to meet the right hand where it is. I'm holding on so that I can pull back, broaden the chest, continue the twist. And the goal is to have the shoulders equal distance from the floor. So you have to judge that for yourself. The hinges in the hips, the legs are working, everything's working. We're push and resistance and opening this way, coming out and down, wherever that may be. Inhaling and exhaling. Wherever, and this side is much more restricted. So I'm here. I work with my breathing. I send the breath into any spaces feel uncomfortable. I have to be mindful for my knee that is cranky as can be in the cold weather. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. My focus now is going to be really about my breath, inhaling and exhaling. See, it's hard to focus on the pose if you have pain in a joint. Don't have pain in a joint. But looking at the big toe, inhaling and exhaling. I have to be okay with not going down as far on this side. But that gives me a lot of information inside. And since I do yoga every day, I know that that can change on the daily, and not to be attached by being able to do poses and go so deep one day and upset because you can't do that again. So you're just meeting your body where you are, inhaling and exhaling, proud chest, belly's down, chest is up, gazing at the toe, really focusing in on breathing into any space that is calling for your attention. Breath in, breath out. And so I just kind of work the edges while I'm here. Then I hold on evenly. Pull back. Lift the head and chest with a very proud chest. Exhale, coming up. And here we are back at the top. So that's excellent for any kind of spinal imbalances, stretching one backside than the other. Now I'll go to 180 degrees, so a bit wider. So I'm going to take the right leg out. My left knee is being super cranky today. It's my, I haven't been doing as much yoga. I've been at the desk more, and my body feels it. And so I'd want to leave it alone, but not really, because then I'm just going to be in more trouble because it's going to start to really be difficult. So the sooner I get in here, the better. Right hand in the inside, left hand back there, but I'm supporting myself. You can see that. As you press down, lift the rib cage up and away. The tricky one, we're twisting to the left. Keeping the twist that you have, I'm going to support my left hip and thigh with my palm down, fingers facing out, pushing that down and away, which gives me some freedom with the right hand to take the right arm down inside of the right leg. Very different from my sides. You can see that the scoliosis and the spine, just like all of that. So you just be you and let the pose look like whatever it needs to look like. But do you feel all of this happening deep within you? That I'm like elongating my right rib cage. I want to find that space. There's a deep compression on the right side, a super big stretch on the left side, which is now it's chronic tightness in these areas. So I just want to hold and breathe for a moment. The elbow is good for the twist. My right hand can go down anywhere inside. So on this one, you can see the elbows down. I'm grabbing on from inside to the outer ankle because I want to keep this grip where I can push down and pull back. And that brings my rib cage out and long. Rotate left shoulder blade onto the back. Remember the ear, right ear to the right shoulder. The sooner I do that, the better on my neck. Throw it back, ears back, shoulder blades pressing into the back of the heart. So, okay, we've got expansion here, stretching and breathing, but we're going to add on. Left arm goes out, palm up. Without seeing the left arm, sweep it up all the way over. And I'm not going to cry if I don't touch the foot. You know, I used to be able to touch foot, twist, kiss the back behind me on the floor, but it doesn't matter. I'm so grateful to be able to do what I do today. So no matter, you know, I'm not a circus act. I'm a human being living in the human life that's had car accidents and injuries. So I just the breath in, breath out, and you just be you. Work with it, opening up areas that have been stuck in tense and tight that should have mobility. And I'm just going to be compassionate for that. And I hope you can with you. Remember the arm, it wants to come in front of my face. I want to take the arm back, shoulder blades in the back of the heart, right ear to the right shoulder the best I can. Oh my gosh, the sensation in this side. It's like there's this huge stretch even through my belly, you know? So we're talking hip flexors, just a lot of stuff happening on the left side of tightness. And it's like, yeah, it's different and it's tighter, and I don't want it to continue being so. So I have to go to a point where you can hear I'm still talking, still breathing, and I want to just hang out in this space. And I don't want to force anything to look like it's supposed to look, but I need to be where I am today with breath, the pose and integrity, supporting myself, and just breathing into that. Because I do have a lot of gratitude to be able to do even what I do. Breath in and breath out. The spinning of the belly and chest open, ear to the shoulder, found a little more space. I love this space. I haven't seen this space in a long time. I'm going to hang out here and breathe. I hope you're doing the same. Finding that place, just breath in and breath out to any tender tightness. And then by pressing down through everything that you have, inhaling, lifting left arm up. Here we go. Back up to the top, little stars here. Such a beautiful pose. Circles with the neck in one direction. Circles with the neck in the other. And then roll the shoulders up and back. And here we are back at the center. I lean back. I help my knees by grabbing underneath my knees. And then Baddha Konasana, but in a different way. So the soles of the feet are going to go together like prayer feet. And I like this one a little bit. They each have their own purpose. But with this, I pull the flush back. So it would be like you sitting on the edge of a blanket, right? My carry-on blanket. So I'm toward the front of my sits bones, holding on to my ankles. You can measure out wherever your prayer hands with the shoulders over your hips, where the fingertips end, that's where the toes would end. Hold on to your ankles for a moment. And then this is a pose of surrender. So first, I'll help myself come out, a deep hinge at the hips, coming out and down, out and down, out and down. That's about as far. Now, in my mind's eye, I'm going to rest the center of my forehead into the arches of my feet. I want to round my spine, so I'm going to draw up my shoulders, draw up my forehead, and I want to even make like a turtle rounding. And instead of forcing, because my tendency is to want to pull my forehead to my arches, you don't want to do that. I would like for you to surrender here and hang in space and just breathe, inhaling and exhaling. I keep looking up because I'm talking to you, but otherwise I would just be surrendering here, breath in, breath out. And then sometimes my low back gets cranky, so I draw my navel into the spine. That supports my spine from the front, and look at that. That's without force. It's just I found more space, and this is a very big backside stretch, inner thigh stretch, but without force. Just breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Just stay here for just a few moments because it takes a little longer to get into the deeper connective tissue. So breath in and breath out. It's amazing how much space you find. I draw my navel into the spine again. That relieves any low back crankiness for me. Not forcing, just dropping. But now my forehead is willing to rest into the arches of the feet. So I'm getting a deep backside body stretch, a deep compression in my front belly area, which is good for digestion. And when you're under a lot of tension and stress, we get digestive issues is one of the first things that shows up. And then when you're ready, after the next complete exhalation, I don't want to even leave this pose. It feels so good. Inhale, lifting the head and chest. As you exhale, this is a slow exit. Shoulders come back over the hips. I'm going to get my WD-40 out. Bring my knees together. Oh, that's so nice. I'm going to scoot you toward the front of my mat. Oh, and allow myself to lay down. So let yourself lay down. I have my strap nearby. Oh my gosh, that was just luscious and lovely all day. I took out, we got the chongo, you got any kind of ponytails, whatever. If you're laying back, you really want to be able to lay evenly, everything out of the way. My knees are bent, my feet are onto the floor. So I'll draw just the right knee up into my chest and just gonna kind of hold it there. My shoulders are even, my hip points are even, bringing the right knee up into my chest. Extend the right leg up to the sky, clasping the hands behind the leg, holding onto it wherever. I'm going to go as high up on my leg as possible without changing the hip points. And I'm just going to stare at my toes, knowing that I need a pedicure real bad, but that's okay. Just breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. It's about the breath and where I'm feeling the pose. If you wanted to go a little deeper, the left leg would extend out and breathe. I have thyroid issues, been on medication for years. So there's something that you can do to really stimulate the thyroid. And so I've crawled at my right leg the best I can, keeping the hips level. So as my right leg comes up, the hip point is going down. If I can keep that, I'm going to crawl up my right leg and I'm going to get a deep compression in the throat. I'm going to come up. So I'm pulling the leg down, which is neat because you're seating the femur in the socket. Lifting up, lifting up. Let my chin come to the chest and squeeze my throat so hard. I'm going to hold it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it come down. That's really, really healthy for the thyroid. Now, you could have a strap or your hand, your choice. My hamstrings are pretty open, so it's kind of almost not fair to look at that, but you would use, your hips are level. The right hand is either holding on to the right leg or the strap, but the leg is super straight, strong, and steady. So is the left leg down there. Breathing here. And you're holding onto your strap. I'm going to go without the strap. Inhale, and as you exhale, turn my heel up toes down. And in my mind's eye, my toes are going to touch the floor outside of my right shoulder. Straight and strong and steady. Keep the belly button moving to the left so the hip point stays down. Opening this up. This is kind of like a triangle pose if you were standing. Straight legs. Breathe. Looking toward my left hand as the right toes come down. So wouldn't that be like a triangle pose, right? Think about it. I'm kind of moving for you. That's it. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. You could even have a bolster. See how the left thigh wants to come up? That's too far with the legs. So I'm going to maintain that. I think it also about the inner thighs moving back and apart until extending away. And that keeps me anchored down. And then by pushing through the left hand, left leg, inhale, bring the leg back up to the sky. Change hands. Left hand goes to outer right leg. Right arm goes to the outside. Take a deep inhale. And as I exhale, keep your right shoulder down. Come across. And so sometimes if I can keep my right shoulder down, I take my right thumb, crease in my right hip, and I pull that long and down. A nice little twist. Doesn't have to be a straight leg. It could be a bent knee. You could be using your strap, your choice. But I just need this stretch today. When I have all kinds of compression, like I feel like I'm at a chiropractor. You hear cut, 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 cut. Okay, now releasing my left hand from my right foot. Support it when I bend my right knee. When I come out of this very carefully, navel to the spine. Inhale, bring it back to the center. Clasp onto my right knee. Point my toes. Come up. Kiss my right knee because we're so glad that you worked today. You were a little cranky. And then exhale out and down. Right leg goes out. Let your feet just fall out to the side. Hands on your belly and breathe for a minute. So in between the poses, you rest deeply and you don't worry about anything else. What happened in the past on the poses, what happened right now. Just feel the belly rise and exhaling out and down. Draw the right heel in, draw the left heel in. Here we are back to where we started. Hips level, I can feel the hip points. Shoulders level, I can feel the shoulder points. Left knee comes into the chest. You just want to say, hey, how's it going? Da, da, da. And when I bring my knee into the chest, I'm feeling this deep compression on my front hip. So just breathe here, inhaling and exhaling. I take my left leg, extend it up. You have to be careful that the right knee is not splaying out, but the right foot is actually pressing into the floor. I crawl my arms up the left leg and just get the stretch. And I have to practice because my left hip will hike up by pushing through the right foot, keeping the right hip down. Turn my left hip down so the hips stay level. Shoulders are level. Sides of the body are the same. Point the toes really hard. Okay, here we go for the thyroid. Going to come up. Good for your metabolism. Actually stimulates the metabolism long after the practice is done. I'm going to squeeze up. So I'm squeezing the front of my throat. I'm also pulling the leg down and seating that femur bone into the socket. As I lift my chest and heart up, chin to the chest, hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, out and down. Right leg is extended out, or the knee can be bent and put onto the floor. Your choice. Inhaling and exhaling. So let's see, how do we not do this so gracefully? You have to be careful with camera views, right? Leg up. You can have the strap on and hold it this way, right? But just be sure the hip points are level. Left hand's going to the inside of the right foot. Inside of the left foot. Right arm extends out to the side, shoulder height or higher. Taking a deep inhale. And this is a turning of the heel. So I'm literally turning from the femur bone as I go to put the leg down to the floor. See how my right hip is trying to lift? I want to make sure that the right foot is super active. This is going to look like the triangle pose, but you're laying down doing it. So I'm opening up the legs. That's pretty wide open. Ooh, see, there's like a cramp. So it's so different on one side compared to the other. So like you do you. So I'm rolling the left thigh at the hip bone out. But I'm also doing the same where I'm thinking about inner thighs energetically moving back and apart until down. And that's how I keep my right hip down, belly button moving toward the right. So I'm breathing into this. So there's a point where I get a cramp. So I don't go that far. One side's different than the other. We have seen this. So I hope that, like, by you seeing that I have so many limitations, but I do this practice, and it's honestly the only thing that keeps me being able to walk. If I didn't have my yoga practice, I would probably be using a walker or a wheelchair at this point. I have spinal x-rays to verify that fact, but I show up, I do what I can do, and I'm even on video not doing it perfectly. So I hope that that gives you a little bit of leeway to be okay with where you are. See, I'm getting a cramp, but I'd rather like work through this with you to show you that it's very possible that it doesn't have to look like a circus act, and you can just show up and do what pose in the shape that feels best for you and attainable and doable, rather than doing nothing at all. Because doing nothing at all is not going to be helpful. It's not going to open up any energetics that are stuck. It's not going to be useful to you in any way. And in fact, it'll take you down further faster than anything else. So we have to move, but through the movement and by being very, very nice to yourself when you're doing these things is really, it's giving yourself some freedom and longevity in this life. It just, the healing through movement is, I believe in that with all my heart. All right, so then by pushing down through the right hand and the right heel, inhale, I'm bringing it back to the center. This is where you change. If you have the strap on the leg, you're changing, the right hand's holding on to the left leg or strap. Left arm extends out to the side. Take a deep inhale, and so I'm rolling to the outer right leg as I do this, but I keep encouraging my left hip down. So this foot may or may not touch the floor, and I'm okay with that. I have my elbow down that's sort of stabilizing it. I can have bolsters out here, but I want to do the shape sort of as is, the best I can. But it's important that my left hip keep coming down. The hips are staying level. The twist is happening in the spine. Left shoulder blade is staying down. So wherever that might be for you, breathing in and exhaling out. You can see I'm suspending the leg, but you could have blocks underneath there. So you just got to find your way. You can also have it bent knee. So the leg is heavier if you have it extended out. So with the bent knee, it's more doable, safer. And then when the time is right, before I come out, the leg is extended. I want to bend the knee first. Then navel to the spine. Inhale, bring it back to the center. Hips level, shoulders level. Hug your right knee up into your chest. And your left knee. I'm going to kiss the sucker because this one is barely hanging on. I'm here and I'm happy and I'm grateful to you. So kisses, squeeze it tight, extend your left leg out. Oh my goodness, this feels so good. So that pose that we just did with the legs, that is so helpful for your back problems. So just let yourself breathe here. We're not done yet. Hang on. Okay, so we did right leg, left leg. So draw one heel up in, the other heel up, feet onto the floor, readjust your hips, both knees up into your chest, point the toes, reach up, and now I kiss them both. This is so good for the thyroid, your metabolism. So here we are. Kiss, 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 kiss. And then release out, lay back, relax, and let go. So moving into Shavasana, which would be, I'm just going to show you. I never go into Shavasana to show you, but I'm going to show you. So what I would do is underneath my thigh bones, I'm going to have a big fat bolster. If I had socks, my little toes would be nice and snugly warm. A blanket for my head. And yeah, I think that's good. Sometimes if I'm using a big bolster for my thigh bones, I could even have blocks for my heels. So this is the part where you get to make yourself comfy. So when I lay back, and just let my bones rest deeply. There is nothing for you to do in this moment. So legs just sort of fall out to the sides. You can have the blocks or not. But clear your space around you. Palms turn up, and this brings shoulder blades onto the back. So your chest is open, your heart is open. I would cover myself with a blanket, socks on my feet. I'd even maybe put something over light over my eyes, like a little towel or something with scented oils. And when you lay back and just let go. Your feet soften and relax. So hopefully I don't fall asleep, but if I do, thank you for joining me today. If I fall asleep. But you're not supposed to sleep in Shavasana. It's a conscious relaxation. Let's see how well we do together. The toes soften and relax. And then feel the relaxation washing through your feet, ankles, shins, calves. Let the bones in your body soften. Through the knees, the skin behind the knees, the thighs, the hamstrings, soften and relax. Feel the relaxation washing over you. Through the lower legs, the upper legs, and now into the hips. The front of your hips, the sides of your hips, and even through the buttocks. Soften, relax, and let go. Just feel all the support that is beneath you. Abdomen soft. Allow all the internal organs to soften and rest. There's nothing for them to do, nothing for you to do. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. Just soften and relax. As you feel your organs softening inside, see if you can feel the beating of your own heart. Soft, little pulsation. And notice that you don't have to direct your heart to beat, so nothing for you to do. And notice the quality of the breath as you inhale and exhale, but don't guide it in any certain way. Just it's a breath in, it's a breath out. My lungs expand, they fill up, and they exhale out. You don't have to tell it to do that. It does it on its own. So soften and relax and let go. Just trust. This miraculous body knows what to do. Feel all the places of your back connecting to the earth. Low back, the places where your back skips the floor. Mid back, shoulders. The shoulders through the arms, the upper arms, the lower arms, your wrist, back of your hands, the palms of your hands, the fingertips. Just soften and relax. Imagine that each breath that you exhale out can exhale out through a fingertip. And as you exhale the breath out, that you can send away something that no longer serves you. Just send it out and away. Each fingertip gets an exhalation, so consciously sending an exhalation out through the fingertips one by one. As you continue to send your exhalations out through your fingertips one by one, be aware of the back of the hands, the palms of the hands, the wrists, the lower arms, the upper arms, the shoulders, the neck, the throat, the jaw. Allow everything to soften and relax. Feel your upper teeth separate from your lower teeth. Let your tongue simply float in the mouth. Every muscle in your face soft. Eyes melting further back into the sockets. The space behind your forehead softening. Ear canals soft. Soften, relax, and let go. Nothing to do, nothing to fix. Just let go. And gently start to bring conscious breath back into the body, deepening the respirations. Become aware of every inhalation. Become aware of every exhalation. Allow every inhalation to rejuvenate and re-energize. Allow every exhalation to cleanse. When you exhale, be sure that you're exhaling completely. As you continue to bring conscious breath back into the body, becoming aware of all the points of your body connected to support or the earth. Start to become aware of the fingers and the toes. Put a little movement in the fingers, a little movement in your toes. If it feels good, take a deep body stretch, stretching the arms up over your head, stretching out through your legs. Taking the deep body stretch, stretch the right side a little more than the left, left side a little more than the right. Stretching it out nice and even. And then bending the knees, the soles of the feet onto the bolster. Gently scooching the bolster out in a way to where your feet can touch the earth. Just taking a moment here to feel all the spaciousness inside. When the time is right, I'm going to roll over to my right side. I have a little pillow for my head. I can use my right arm as a pillow. But just stay here for a moment and breathe. When the time is right for you, you'll gently turn toward the floor. Use your left hand, right arm, and slowly begin to pull yourself up, letting your head be the last thing to come up. And then you come up and you take a seat. And when you find your seat, take your seat and be still. As you find your seat, you become still. Bring all awareness into your breath, every inhalation and every exhalation. On every inhalation, silently suggest let. On every exhalation, silently suggest go. Inhaling let. Exhaling, go. Let go of competing with others. Let go of trying to be something other than what you are. Let go of trying to please everybody. Let go of all the external. And as we begin to let go of all the external things, that we become closer and deeper within our own hearts, in that true north place where there's truth, consciousness, and bliss. The only one you need to be true to is inside, your connection to divinity, and whatever words that is for you. But as you begin to let go of all the external and can come inside, there's this real place of power and strength within us. So after this practice, breathing into those spaces, one hand on my heart and one hand on my abdomen. And just like this beautiful time where I'm taking time to get to know myself and to accept and to love exactly as I am in this place and time. The breath in and the breath out allows me to love more deeply, to participate more fully in this life. But it comes from a very stable place that cannot be shaken or taken. We'll draw our hands into the heart center and conclude this practice with the sound of Om. After your next exhale, inhale to begin. Bowing your beautiful head to your heart center, bringing back to mind the intention that you said at the beginning of your practice. And then we all bow to the practice of yoga with Namaste. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And I hope that you found some place and space inside of you and just like this full love and acceptance. So see you next time. Thank you so much.